Welcome ladies and gentlemen back to another Genshin Impact video. Genshin Impact had a great and successful launch week, amassing millions of registrations and even millions more in revenue. The latter being not a great pivot point to say this game is great, but I digress. I've seen people praising it, I've seen people getting angry. I hadn't seen any videos addressing the problems all too much, so I wanted to voice my opinion. You can have a different opinion and that is totally fine, but in this video I want to address both of these sides and tell you about the game's greatness and about its shortcomings. I'm not the negative kind, so I will divide my focus on good and bad. If you've seen my streams since the launch of this game, by the way I stream Mondays and Fridays on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and hop on in. You might have already noticed I really do love this game. I love how the game looks, the level design, the gameplay, everything about how the controls feel. I love the elemental reactions in this game. The way that you can build your party, have an enormous arsenal of artifact combinations to strengthen and build the perfect team. If you want to build an electro-focused team, you can add Pyro and Cryo to it and have the best reactions in the game. Add Swirl to it and the damage will be spread. I mean, there's so many things that you can do and I love it. I'm all for it. This is what brings me back to the game every single day, and multiple times a day for that fact. I was lucky enough to pull a Keqing in the very beginning, and I am electro-focused. And now I want to pull a Diluc as well so I can have an Electro main and a Pyro main, but that's not the problem at hand, there's opportunities for that in the future. I just keep telling chat how much I love it, but you always have to be honest to yourself even though you love something this much. What are the problems of this game? Well, Genshin was commercialized as an open-world JRPG with gacha elements. Everyone was ecstatic about it and anticipating it greatly. Since it has released on PS4, PC as well as mobile, the expectations rose. In truth, Genshin is a mobile gacha game trying to be an open-world JRPG on a multi-platform. What I mean by this is that while we're playing the game, fighting enemies, bosses, doing domains, Spiral Abyss, exploring and whatnot, it absolutely feels like an open-world JRPG. But from the moment we log in, we are gated. Walls are put up around every corner and we fool ourselves that we can run around them. I'm talking about the resin system. This became so clear to me when I was writing a script for another video on progression. I'll probably still have that video produced by Eddie, but this one needs to be out in the open first. While I was writing the script, there was a heavy focus on how to be able to keep on playing if your resin is depleted. And truth be told, by doing this, you would be burning yourself out very fast. If you min-max your resin output in one day, you have a total of 180 resin in 24 hours. That translates to 9 domains or 9 ley lines or 4 world bosses. Might sound like a lot, but this can be done in a matter of minutes. There are even 3 different types of domains, one for artifacts, another for weapon materials and another for talent materials, so you would have to divide your focus as well. Then there is the issue with drop rates. I have been grinding a domain ever since I hit Adventure Rank 30 for a specific set, and the raids are horrid. I can spend my 9 domains in a day not getting a single drop I want, and even if it's a drop that I want, it could have a main stat that I absolutely do not need. This can soon turn into frustration, leading to anger and eventually to quitting the game. The best solution would be to get rid of the resin altogether. Since the drop rates are horrible, this wouldn't even pose a problem. We can just farm and farm till our heart's content. There's no harm in it since it's a single-player RPG. Many people's reactions are, well, that's how gachas work. But is it a true gacha? As I said before, it might be a gacha by heart, but the open-world JRPG is the thing that people have come to love. It's a thing that brings us back to the game and why we want to play. But then again, endless resin might end up hurting the game as well. I understand that a true gacha has the stamina or energy-like resources to bring people back to the game at specific intervals. So they implemented this with resin. If they want to keep the resin, they could do a couple of things. Increase the max cap at least to 180, so you have 24 hours to have it replenished. Give us extra daily commissions that award resin refills, maybe 3 refills so we can have another 180. Then you can make it so that every world level increase, the max resin cap is increased as well, so you can max it out even further. Another solution were to decrease the replenish time from 8 minutes to at least 5 or even less, but then the max has to be increased. The gates on the specific resin gated activities could also be lifted, for instance ley lines. I see no reason why we still need to pay 20 resin for these for so little reward. I am adventuring 32 right now and I only get like 13 to 15 blue level up materials? That's next to nothing. The Mora reward is also worthless since I would need at least 2 for an Ascension. Taking those away from resin activities would already do a lot. I mean, I can see a lot going wrong when they scrap the resin system with how adventure rank experience is gained at the moment. You could farm domains and gain an enormous chunk of adventure XP and be maxed out in no time. So if we could all agree on a resin scrap, we could perhaps implement a daily or even a weekly adventure rank experience limit. But this should be implemented after a certain amount of adventure ranks, since you don't want your story experience to be lost in the process. And that way we won't be stopped doing the other stuff we enjoy. It's not the cleanest solution, but if they are concerned about the adventure rank, this is a viable solution. Imagine the fact that soon we will get more cities, the open world expands and we get more domains. Hell, we get more weekly bosses or raids or whatnot. Those will cost resin and we will want to farm all of them, even the vanilla domains and bosses. How? It needs to be resolved, and the answer isn't, well, this is a gacha, that's how it works. No, this is an open world JRPG with gacha elements. I always see gachas as games that have these banner type award systems, and I don't have a problem with this at all. I like the banner system, although the rates are trash. They could be upped a little, or we need to be awarded Primo Gems more often. They should have a point of monetization in a free game, so I'm fine with the current system. Maybe just a little more player friendliness would be greatly appreciated. Currently, I am not experiencing any burnout since I am at adventure rank 32 and I still have story quests and world quests left over. Even though the resin gates me from progressing and building my team further for Spiral Abyss, I still have a lot to do, which is something I will be addressing in an upcoming video. If you're interested, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified. So, too long didn't watch. In short, the game is awesome. Resin is the issue and needs to be resolved, either by dropping it altogether or by increasing the max and giving us free refills. Changing the resin system in its entirety is a necessity. The banners are fine, but the rates could be increased, but it's not a necessity at the moment. Resin is more important. I love the elemental reactions and the game is awesome. If you happen to agree with the things I said in this video, or you want to add your own thoughts, please post them in the comments. I would like to start a discussion with everyone. I thank you for watching this video to completion, you absolute legend. Please give the video a like so others can join in the conversation as well. This was Galaxy Brain Glitchy. Have a good one.
Well, let's not